Well, 13 Jewish visitors to Jerusalem's Temple Mount, including 3 minors, were removed from the complex today for violating visitation rules at the holy site. All forms of non-Muslim worship are banned on the site, which is under Muslim control and also houses the Al-Aqsa Mosque. According to Israeli police, over 1,000 tourists today visited the disputed Temple Mount, Judaism's holiest site, with Jewish worshippers visiting in celebration of the Passover festival amid heightened security. The security establishment fears the various gatherings of crowds during the holiday present targets that are more available and valuable for terrorists. We were joined on the phone earlier by our defense correspondent Shaiban Ali with more details.
There certainly is an increased rate of visitation, you could say, to the Temple Mount, the Haram al-Sharif compound. That is normal, of course, considering we are in the middle of the holiday period, and this was expected. And indeed, all sorts of precautions and arrangements were made for this increased amount of visitors to the site, which is perhaps the most sensitive in all of Jerusalem. Well, there were around 1,000 visitors to the compound in general, over 150 Jews, apparently, and we're talking about also a very large presence of tourists visiting the site. But in terms of the Jewish visits, which are, of course, the most sensitive in terms of the security situation, 13 Jews were actually ejected from the Temple Mount site because they were engaging in some sort of religious activity, praying, and this is, of course, forbidden by the rules of what you could call a status quo in terms of this very sensitive site. Several of these people were actually, in fact, minors, and this is a following activity in the past few days since the beginning of the Passover holiday, where even there were some instances of animals being brought for a ritual slaughter or sacrifice on the Temple Mount in relation to ancient practices. We're talking about a situation which was avoided in terms of an outbreak of major violence, but certainly plenty